Hello brothers and sisters. Today we'll be talking about snipers, some tips and tricks and some other things that you should consider when you try to snipe in a game. They're gonna be general, so you could use these tips and tricks in every game, but more specifically for Battlefield. The first thing that you should consider is see if the game is a normal game or a hardcore game, meaning that in normal games most of the time you can't one-shot people with snipers. When it's on normal difficulty, make sure you have a clear shot. Do not shoot the guy if you don't have a clear headshot and you can one-shot him. If you hit him, you're not gonna kill him because he's gonna know that you're there. His friends is gonna know you're there. You're going to die. After he's getting hit, he's gonna be jumping all over the place and you will not be able to hit him again. Just have some patience because patience is your friend. And in hardcore mode, you have to consider two different things. In normal mode, you had to stay focused and wait for a close shot, but in hardcore modes, you most of the time don't have to wait. Just make the shot. You have a huge body to hit, but also you have to be fast because if a guy with an assault rifle sees you from a very distance from you, he can still kill you because of the high damage of the guns that it can deal with you. So the difference between normal and hardcore is that when you're playing on a normal game, try to have some patience, make some clear shots. If you're playing on hardcore games, you have to be fast and be extremely careful. Now let's talk about the things that you should consider about the sniper itself. First thing you should know about is zeroing. What is zeroing? Zeroing is the adjustment of your sight. Let's say if a target is 200 meters away from you, you normally have to move your scope a little bit higher than the target. If you put your zeroing to 200, then all you have to do is to line up the cross of your scope right towards the body. So that's what basically zeroing is. If the target is in front of you and your gun's zeroing is to 300, the bullet is going to go upwards, not hitting the target. Zeroing does exist in Battlefield, it's a huge part of being a sniper, so make sure you learn it. The best way is to learn if you're new. Make sure you are using a rangefinder to get used to the range of the game, how far the buildings are from you. After that, you'll get used to it. You don't even need a rangefinder, it will just become an experience that you have. Next point about sniper to consider is bullet drop, which is basically part of zeroing. If you put your zeroing correctly, you will not have any bullet drop on your scope and the bullets. So make sure you line up your zeroing correctly, then you would not be able to you don't even have to worry about bullet drop. If you're playing a game that doesn't have zeroing, you should worry about bullet drop and get used to how the game works with bullet drop. You should know that if you put a silencer on your sniper, the bullet drop is gonna increase drastically. Next thing you should worry about when you're using a sniper is the bullet travel time. It's basically the time that it takes for the bullet to reach the target from the sniper. So every gun has its own bullet travel time. You can get used to it by having experience with the gun, and it's extremely seeable at longer range distances. Another thing that people worry about, but this only in very realistic hardcore games such as Arma, and Arma you have to download a mode to actually enable this. It's called the wind speed. You have to have a spotter to tell you the direction and the speed of the wind, because it's going to change the direction of the bullet. Like the bullet might go up, might go right or the left side, or anywhere where the wind takes it. This is something really advanced, and it's not in most of the games, including Battlefield. Once you master all these things that you should take care about when you're sniping, the last thing you need to learn is how to shoot a moving target. This you'll only learn by practicing and practicing and practicing. Make sure that you learn how to kill a moving target, because this is where snipers get different levels. This is where you can get to the next level of sniping. Every moving target, you have to estimate where they are and where they will be, which is the hard part for snipers. And if you could master how to shoot a moving target, you are a master of snipers. So you have to master all those to master your sniper. Now, to master yourself, you need to do two things basically. You need to find a good spot, and you need to find multiple good spots, because you have to move from place to place after every shot you make. A good sniper is a sniper that moves after every shot, because your position is not gonna be covered and people will attack you. So after you know what mode you're playing, either it's a normal game or a hardcore game, after you master the sniper needs, after you master yourself and get to know the map and find good spots, you have to do one thing finally, and that thing is find the best way that fits your sniping, which we have two ways of doing that. There are basically two ways to do sniping. One of them is called the ambush way, and the other one is called the move on target way. The ambush way is easier. I use that a lot because it's just easier and more reliable. Because this is what you're doing when you're using the ambush way. You're basically putting your aim in front of a moving target and wait for the target to get into your scope, and then you shoot him. But the move on target way is that you have to have your scope on the target moving with him. You don't have your scope fixed at a position and wait for the target to reach it. You're actually moving your scope on the guy with him. It basically requires more aiming skills. If you have that, you're basically a better sniper. At the end of the video, I will tell you guys what I think the best snipers are in Battlefield. My two favorites are the SRR/61 and the M98B. I use the SRR for very long range distance kills, and I use the M98B as a close quarter combat type of sniper. So this is just basically how I feel about snipers in Battlefield and my favorite ones so far. M98B was also my favorite in Battlefield 3, that's why I also like it here. And after all, it basically all depends on you guys what kind of attachment to use. The scopes, you can make it scopeless and make a challenge for yourself. You can put on a laser sight on it, better no scopes. It actually even helps sometimes at aiming. I don't know how it does it, but the laser sight might somehow connect to your brain and make your aiming actually better. At the very end, it all depends on you what attachments to use. So that's basically about snipers, guys. Let me know what kind of videos you want in the future. What do you want me to talk about? What interests you? Again, thank you all for staying. Thank you very much for subscribing. If you could share the video, that means a lot to me. Help me get the channel bigger. Without you guys, I don't know. I just can't really leave you guys again. Thank you all for staying, for watching. Love you all. Till my next video. May God be with all of you.